how you guys doing? This is William Myers, Mantis Outdoors. Got a pretty interesting video for you today. It's kind of a product review, if you will, if everything turns out the way that I think it probably should. I got a Micro Inferno right here. I ordered these Micro Infernos probably 9 months, maybe even a year ago. I'd have to check. And when my package arrived at my house, I was actually at work. And you know how it goes, you know, the kids got in it. The wife opened it up to kind of look and see what was in it. The kids got into it. Micro Infernos got opened. Got spilled everywhere. I gathered up, when I got home, I gathered up as much as I could. I was still missing a couple. Well, we moved the TV to a different location, and out pops this. Exposed to the air, behind a TV, dust bunnies and all kinds of stuff all over it. Micro Inferno. It's been there for probably, I'm saying almost a year, 9 months to a year. So what I'm going to do is basically call this a torture test. If you leave a Micro Inferno exposed to the air and behind a TV for a year, what happens? You know, these Micro Infernos, I really like to carry them. They're small, compact, and you know, they burn for a really long time. So what I do most of the time is, if I'm using Surefire like this, I will cut them, you know, for multiple fires. But if I need to, you know, really dry out some damp tinder, I'll just use a whole one, and that's pretty much all that my fire is going to need. I'm going to be able to heat up and bring to temperature the damp, wet tinder or kindling that I'm using, burn all of the moisture out of it, bring it to combustion, and that's going to aid in getting my fire going. So, like I said, this Micro Inferno right here has not been kept in the conditions that I would normally keep them in. Normally I would keep them in some kind of an airtight bag, you know, in my pack, and they would come out when they were needed. This has been exposed, like I said, to air. It's been behind a TV, gathering dust. So let's see what happens. So what we need to do is start out kind of busting this thing up a little bit. And I can feel that it's still got a lot of like a waxy gel consistency. So to be honest with you, I'm not really too worried about this test. So just get that inner core exposed. Get it nice and fluffed up. We'll just burn this whole one. I got several of these in my pack, so it's not like we need to save this one. There we go. Voila, guys. I'm going to go ahead and let this whole thing burn. flame coming off that. See how this would help you out, getting those marginal tenders dried out, brought up to temperature. See that wind really picking up, blowing that flame. It's really kind of speeding up the burn time in this, but it's already lasted quite long enough to start a fire in pretty much the worst conditions as possible. Alright, so the flame's still out. If I close this off somehow and it extinguished what's burning right there, this could possibly be used for another fire in a bird's nest, a very dry bird's nest, has charred material. But right now I don't have any way to put that out, suffocate it, so it's just kind of burning out. As you see, that stuff burns for an incredibly long time, way longer than I would need a whole one for most situations. So like I said, 9 times out of 10 I'll kind of cut it into quarters, so that's 4 fires out of 1 mini Inferno. Can't beat that, guys. So like I said, in my opinion, this was pretty much kind of a torture test for that product. You know, it's been behind a TV for almost a year, guys. It doesn't get more torturous than that. It's been probably wet with mop water from the wife mopping underneath of the TV. Things like that. That's a torture test. This product lit up just like that. Don't really want this to be like too much of a commercial because it doesn't need to be one. The product speaks for itself. I carry it. I've carried it since it came out. I love this stuff. Alright, so where can this product be picked up at? www.selfrelianceoutfitters.com. This product, Micro Inferno as well as Mini Inferno, awesome, surefire, very small and contained, so it's not big and bulky. It's not these big huge fuel bricks and stuff like that. It's very small and contained, surefire, that is going to help you when you need to get a fire right now. It's not time to play with flint steel. It's not time to build a bow drill set. It's time to get a fire going. Let's rock and roll. Surefire comes into play. Damp conditions, marginal material, surefire. Dry that material out, get things going, get a fire going, get warm, get water boiling, what have you. Alright guys, well, this has been William Myers from Mantis Outdoors. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. For some more of our previous videos, they're over in the boxes playing right now to my left. There's also a subscribe button over there, and if you haven't done so already, I appreciate it if you click subscribe. You can stay up to date with me and what's going on with the videos by going to www.facebook.com/Mantis Outdoors. By going to www.mantisoutdoorsllc.com, you can stay up to date with the videos, you can read my articles and other blogs that I write. You can also shop in the store, get some beeswax candles and some other things that are coming to the site very soon. So appreciate all your views, comments, and support, and hopefully we'll see you out in the woods.